My people, Happy New Year! How na day? You know we are always here for you and we are here to stay. We be your number one Ogbonge podcast for this Obodo Nigeria, and now we be inside real estate with AyHomes. Before I introduce our guest today, you know me now, I go always bring you the hottest property wey dey for this our company AyHomes. And today, now to introduce to you that property wey I don tell you before for Magodo, AyHomes luxury villa. May I tell you something? In how many days time now that property go increase price? It's currently selling at 220 million naira for 500 square meters, and 1,000 square meters commercial is selling for 500 million naira. You don't go like that kind of hot deal. Now, very good location in deal for Omole Koshofe local government area. As you slide come out for that beggar bridge, so now that property dey there, and that property get the title Governor's Consent. Governor's Consent, AyHomes luxury villa. Now that property will be say, if you get that money, may you quickly go rush am before the price go increase. Back to the show now. On top this program today, I get one sure man, sabi man, wey be say e know im onions for inside this real estate. E no dey use im work play at all. Na im be MD of Casfield Integrated Services, also the MD of Peak Performer Business Network. And this man, now we dey call Dr Kazeem Yekini.
Yes.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on this show today. Thank you so much. And compliment of the season to you.
Thank you, sir.
And every member AyHomes.
Thank you very much, sir. It's such an honor to have you here. We're so grateful for you to even grace us with your presence. We are really happy. Thank you for sitting.
Well, I should be the one to say that more because it's an honor to me as well to be invited for such an educative and valuable program. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. So on top today's topic, you know say na the very hot topics we dey bring for you. So you need to sit down. Let us educate you. You go gain one or two. Even if you be buyer, you be seller. Today's topic go make you gain at least one or two for on top this show. And today's topic na im be how to find the right real estate agent, either as a buyer or as a seller. The tips wey you go need to find that right real estate agent wey be say if you work for, say you go work for, you go forget you. No, if you don't do everything wey you go don't do the sharp things like this, you go just leave you comot. That kind of thing no good though. So things that you need to consider before you choose that real estate agent, now I want to talk about on this show. So sir, the first question I go ask you is say, what do you think a buyer should consider, like, before even trying to choose a real estate agent for himself?
That's a very brilliant question because for me, if I'm going into anything, the first thing I want to look at is the purpose for going into that thing. And after looking at the purpose, then I'll consider the people I'm dealing with. If I stand in the position of the people giving products or services, then I want to first and foremost put myself in the position of the buyers. So putting myself in the position of the buyers, this is the first thing I'm going to be looking out for. It is consistency. Consistency tells me about how committed you are. It tells me about your integrity. It tells me whether you care about what profits me as a buyer or otherwise. And that is the only thing. It is the gap between action and your desired result. So if you're not consistent, you're not going to be on my list. That's actually the first thing I'm going to consider when I am choosing a real estate agent. So if you're a real estate agent out there, people are watching. If you sell something today or you promote something today, and in the next few days you go off probably because you think nobody is seeing you, you're not getting leads, no sales and all that. Trust me, you are creating a gap between who you are and who you desire to become. And who are you? You are a salesperson. Who do you desire to become? You want to become someone who will generate leads from time to time and possibly convert sales. So stop it. Don't create that gap. If you stop simply because you're not getting calls, you are creating that gap. And if you create the gap, you're not going to make sales. If you don't make sales, you're not going to enjoy the best quality of life.
Okay. Again, one question within my mind where I want to ask you.
Okay.
And the question be say, do you think that a buyer should choose his real estate agent based off of the kind of deals that the person has closed before? Like, okay, say a buyer won't buy house of like 200 million now. Shey, he go dey look for person wey don close deal of 200 million and above before, or if he still use normal real estate agent wey be say just dey upcoming.
Okay, just like I said, if you're consistent, you'll be updated. If you're updated, you are vast in terms of knowledge of the industry and the product in question. So, to me, I would just have to go with that person who is consistent, irrespective of what you have done in the past, what you are doing presently, or what you are going to do in the future. Yes, years of experience, perfect. You can look into that. But trust me, if you're consistent, you are updated with what has happened in the past. And if you want to reshape the future, which is getting the best deal from real estate, you should make reference with the past.
Yeah.
That will enable you to work with the present information to shape your future for better.
Okay, that's cool. So another question, now be say, I know you mentioned it earlier, but I just want you to clarify it. The key qualities of a good real estate agent. Say because some agents they out there, they just they just go into the business. They don't know integrity. They don't know the key qualities that they are supposed to. I want me you explain to them. Say as a good real estate agent, now these key qualities you suppose get.
Okay, it begins with communication. And the desired destination is building relationship. Friends are words. It is not a statement anyone should take for granted. Because if you're able to build quality relationship with people, they can take you beyond your expectation.
Okay.
So it has to be one of the first qualities of any real estate agent. If I'm dealing with you, I want to be hearing from you from time to time. One, update me about the product you want me to buy, because to get the best from any real estate, I will advise you to go for any product that they are just introducing to the market.
Yes.
You're not buying it at the market value. Instead, you are buying it at a price far lower than the market value. So if you are to deal with me, I want you to bring that kind of deal. And you won't achieve that unless you communicate. Let me give you an instance. There was a time City Pair was introduced to the market, and I think for a price lower than the market value.
20 million.
Yeah, it was practically a bush. You can go and check the transformation there today.
And it's now 40.
The price is reflecting the value being added.
Yes.
So imagine you are my agent and you told me about it when it was introduced to the market. Guess what I will do? I'm not going to buy one. I'm not going to buy it. I will buy in acres. Because I know the more numbers of plots I buy, the higher the chances of me making profit. So if you can build relationship through effective communication, I will respect you. It is one of the qualities I'm looking for in a real estate agent.
Wow.
Then also, I want to check your level of knowledge of the industry as well. By the time you communicate, we build that relationship, I will detect that. And the moment I'm satisfied with your knowledge of the industry, trust me, you will win me forever.
That's lovely. Another question we come to my mind now be say, before buyer go say, okay, now my agent wey I wan use be this, what qualities should that buyer be seeing in that agent? Like, what qualities should the buyer look out for in the agent. You know that is after um you know they get to know each other, they start to do the communication and everything. But what qualities should they look for from the start?
From the beginning, like I stated earlier, I said consistency. Then how do you determine that consistency? How do you find it out? It is through consistent promotion of products. Let's take, for instance, City Pair was launched some times ago, and because you want me to be aware of the development, simply because you know I'm interested in making massive profit, you brought it to my notice. That's number one. So, as at that time, as a client, I will be buying promises. I'll be buying image. I'll be buying integrity because it was practically a bush. So you brought it to my notice. I want to see that consistency. If peradventure I key into that, at least there should be development,
Yes.
Along the line. So I will now be watching out whether or not you are going to keep to that by bringing the constant updates to me from the estate. So I'm still looking out for that consistency. That's if I get your question right, I'm looking out for that consistency because before a client must know about anything, you promote something. Then I'll get to know about that thing. This is talking about the sales funnel. I'll get to know about the thing. Then I can now determine whether or not to like you and eventually trust before I can exchange or part my money to deal with you.
Okay. You see, say after you say this man, he know your onions. After you say you know your onions, so see as Mr. Kazeem just dey give us all the tips what we suppose know on top this show. So Dr. Kazeem, the next question, say no be only buyers go need real estate agents. Even sellers, they need real estate agents.
Yeah.
So what should a seller look out for while choosing the real estate agent to sell that property for him in terms of marketing and promotion? What should he expect from the real estate agents in terms of marketing and promotion?
Okay, there's something we call social proof. He focuses on your track record. Then your knowledge of the industry matters. So if you are versed with the knowledge of the industry and the product, there are chances that you would have pools of prospect that you are dealing with. So, and you are likely going to convert more sales. So by the time you convert the sales, I want to see the journey between you and the client. Let's take, for instance, I sold a plot to a particular, let's say, City Pair. And during the allocation, I'm not seeing you there representing the interest of because most clients are not always in the country.
Yes.
So if you go for allocation, and I'm seeing it on your channel that your interest is beyond just selling. You only want to protect my interest in terms of getting my allocation, picking my document, and that's track record. That's social proof. If I'm seeing that in you, definitely I'm comfortable dealing with you. So if you're a realtor and you have been overlooking all these little things that matters, all these little things that matter, you need to start, looking into it. First, your knowledge of the industry, your consistency, promotion of the product. Then show that you care beyond selling products to clients. Protect their interest both in their present and when they are not there. And that's where you can get social proof from. If you have a lot of track record, social proof, you are inviting the world that you are credible, you are worthy to be, dealing with in terms of, sales and marketing of real estate products. You are building people's confidence and trust in you.
That's true. So Dr. Kazeem, that brings me to the next question.
Okay.
What role does a real estate agent play when, in terms of setting the price of a particular property?
Okay, if you're a client or clients watching me right now, and it has always been, she been a real estate agent, they're no day. See, please, in whatever you do, especially in buying this job, work with them. Work with them. They are not just going about marketing product. They equally conduct research on the value of the product. And it is not limited to just going to site, just telling the client, come and buy this, come and. By the time you visit a particular site of which you are not there as a client, these are the things they look out for. One, development in the estate. Already they have gotten information about the brain and the vision behind the product. So
Yeah.
secondly, they look at government presence. Thirdly, they look at development around. So all these things affect the price of a product. Most of them don't dictate the price. There are forces that dictate the price. Some of them are those things I've just mentioned. Take, for instance, in Ibejuleki, we have Film City coming up.
Okay.
We have Ekpe, rather. We have International Airport coming up.
Yes.
See, those are government presence.
Yes.
If at all the location has been abandoned for a while and nobody seems to be thinking about or talking about the location, the moment there is government presence, if the land was 5 million before, be expecting it to be like 15 million.
Yes.
So they control and dictate the price of any real estate product. Now, if you see the presence of real estate brands, it will equally add value to the value of the property,
Yeah.
and it will affect the price. We have the presence of the government. Real estate company are now present. They are looking at the bush and seeing how they can transform it into a city.
Yes.
You won't get the best of deal when an estate is transformed into a city.
Yes.
So the time you can get the best of deal is when they just introduce the product.
Yes.
Because what you are saying is the bush.
Yes.
The moment value is added, the price will shoot up. So think of those things and take action on the best offer you want to get.
Dr Kazeem now. Another thing I want to ask you be say, what do you think say be the red flag wey person fit see for real estate agent body? Wey say you go think say even as a buyer or a seller say this person no be perfect fit to sell my property or to look for property for me to buy.
Okay, I think, like I said, let me share a story. Yeah, but before going into that, it's still this inconsistency.
Hmm.
Okay, I went to Latipo one day to buy one particular part for my car. Of course, make I know we cannot come be like say person they talk too much.
Hmm.
I'm not using one car. So I went there, I met one guy. He eventually was able to provide a help for me based on one particular product which I can't remember. So the next time I went there, I did not see the guy. What did I do? I was supposed to deal with someone there. So when I was going back, this guy called to say, okay, what you did, pay me okay. If you're inconsistent, it is a red flag for me to deal with you.
Hmm.
And this is the problem with so many real estate agents. You see them marketing real estate products today. The next thing they are marketing, like the one you're putting on. The next thing they are marketing should. See, being industrious is good, but it can be the source of your misfortune if not well managed.
Yes.
If you are using a particular platform for real estate, please be consistent using that. The moment you change it to something, I will see you as somebody who is not serious.
Hmm.
And I won't have that trust imparting my money to deal with you. If you can't build trust with any client, forget about it. You won't win the person in them or sales conversion.
Hmm.
So if you have not been consistent doing this real estate, please look at what you are doing. And the first step to growth is self-awareness.
Hmm.
Look into yourself. If what you are doing contradicts what you would like to embrace, please desist.
Yeah.
Change the strategy. Don't post real estate on status, post shoes on Facebook, post bag on Instagram and all. It is a red flag.
Mm.
And public perception is all about branding.
Mm.
And what branding does is to tell people about who you are in your absence.
Mm.
I don't even need you to come and tell me about who. It is evidence. That is the evidence. Whatever I see you doing,
Yes.
Is what I base my conclusion on. And you know the problem with interpretation, you won't be there to tell people this is why I'm doing this. So just get it right in order to attract positive public perception, which is known as branding. If you're not consistent with what you do, it is a red flag.
You don't dey hear am so, but just continue with us. So stay with us. And Dr. Kazeem, as he gives you all the tips you need on this real estate show. The next question now is say, Dr. Kazeem, you know that you get some people who say, the way I communicate, not the way this person they communicate. If you see somebody now, do you think it's important for a buyer or a seller to actually think to actually reason with somebody that the communication matches their own style? Like me now, I be a real estate agent, but this person, the way he communicates is different from the way when me and they take communicate. Do you think this buyer or the seller needs to find somebody that the communication they flow between them before they do real estate, or they can, because I feel like there's going to be a misunderstanding if they don't communicate well.
Well, as a buyer, if you are dealing with a buyer who is highly savvy, both about decision making and the industry as well, the best you could do for yourself is to raise your standard in terms of communication. If I'm carrying a child that needs to be breastfeed, and you are presenting a bread to that child, you are not speaking the language the child wants to hear. And that is why you will see that when you are dealing with a client and someone else is dealing with a client, you find out that the next person who is the client over you, we need knowledge to upgrade ourselves. The worst of thing you can do to yourself is to expect the client to bring himself down to your level. So instead of you expecting the client to bring himself down to your level, you upgrade yourself to his level. Because you have to, as much as possible, speak the language you understand. And how do you do? Just have basic knowledge of the industry. You know, like I tell people, if you want to succeed, look for working principles. It will deliver you normal results. Let's take for instance, I want to learn driving, and I know that so many people are driving already. Then I move to a friend. I ask him, please, how did you do this? How did you do that? I want to be doing this as well. Then he showed me that the moment you start the car, you match your brake, then you put the gear. You will not be releasing your leg on it. That's basic knowledge. If you want to do beyond that, let's say you want to accelerate at full force, then that's where initiative, creativity comes in. Understanding the basic knowledge of the industry will enable you to upgrade yourself, at least to lift yourself into the communication level expected by any client. Yeah, so that is very important. You just need to equip yourself, attend trainings, read books, watch videos on what you're doing. Do as much as possible to equip yourself. It will enable you to upgrade yourself to the level of communication that the client is expecting from you.
Right. Okay, so that brings us to the next question now. What are the common mistakes to avoid as a buyer or seller when choosing your real estate agents?
Hmm. That's a very big question. I think I mentioned one already, uh, which is inconsistency. The moment you see a real estate agent jumping from one business to another, to another, to another, that's, I don't advise you to deal with such agent. So if you're an agent, you're saying me, I am not discouraging you from doing multiple businesses. I do it too. But you won't see me posting cars on my status. You won't see me posting blog production on my status. You won't see me posting farming on my status. All you see on my status all the time is real estate product. So create, alternative platform, and it mustn't carry your name. If at all you have any other business, it mustn't carry your name. Create alternative platform and be promoting those products there. Example, let's say cash feed. We're into properties. If we have any other business, we have eye care farms.
Okay.
You won't see me pushing it here and there because we have people who are handling it. So inconsistency is the first red flag. And if you notice any mentor is known for that, please, it is a red flag. Don't make that mistake, dealing with such real estate agent. Another thing is looking for cheap real estate product at all costs. See, anything good will not come, at a cheap price.
Yes.
Example is someone who deprives himself of, many things in life to educate himself. You could as well use that time to go to club, to have fun with friends. But instead of that, you overlook that simply because you want to equip yourself, you want to update yourself, you want to educate yourself. If you want genuine properties, don't make that mistake by setting a ridiculous budget. It will deliver you your desired property. And at the end of the day, it may make you to regret taking such investment decision.
So, Dr. Kazeem, do you think that a long-term relationship between a real estate agent and a buyer and seller would benefit one another? Or do you think a buyer or a seller should look for an agent at every given opportunity?
Let's be honest with ourselves. I was once running a baggage shop.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm still running it up to now. It's just that I have people handling it. If I happen not to be running barber shops and I'm just a client patronizing barber shops, if I'm comfortable dealing with you now, I want to deal with you for the rest of my life. One, it reduces my stress because there is stress in you explaining yourself over and over again.
Yes.
Secondly, it saves my time. I don't even have that time to be telling you, do this. Gone are the days when I was taking a bike to my estate. I was using only one bike now. Because the moment I step into the bike, he knows where I'm going to. So if you intend to achieve a profitable real estate investment, keep to that person who has successfully built a positive relationship with you. One, it will deliver you massive profit in terms of real estate product because he see you as a family. You guys have been together, so he's no longer an agent to you. He has built that quality of relationship with you so that he's not seeing you as a client any longer. Rather, he's seeing you as a family. So you wouldn't want to do anything that will hurt you or jeopardize the long-term relationship you have built. I had a client like that. Early this year, he paid 60 million into my account, saying that I should get two particular properties on installment. And when we started this whole thing, the seller of the property changed the price. And to me, I didn't want to go back to this client by telling him that, see, because it will look as if, is this not the same Dr. Kazeem have been dealing with over the year? So at the end of the day, I had to make sure I was able to get the right price. Why? Because I was aware. Each time I think of going back to the client to tell him that they didn't accept this price, I was thinking about the relationship we built over the years and the trust. And I didn't want anything to hurt it. So clients should focus their attention on any real estate agent that have successfully built quality relationship. It will save them time. It will make them more money. It will save them stress. And trust me, they will have the best of experience in terms of profitable property investment.
Okay. Dr. Kazeem, before we finally come to the end of this show, I just want to ask you one last question.
No.
What golden advice will you give any seller or buyer out there that wants to invest in real estate business today?
Okay, let me begin from the sellers. There's something we call sales funnel. It is a journey you take clients to. Experts give three qualities or attributes of the sales funnel. Number one is KLT, know, like, trust, which means before you can take a client to the journey of trusting you, the client must know you. He must like you before he trusts you. But to me, uh, I am not disregarding that, but I am adding something to it. Before you can know someone, before you know someone, something must have been happening. I call it an event, promotion of either product or service. Because I'll get to know you based on what you're promoting. So I put PKLT on the part of realtor, agent, or any real estate practitioner. You have to promote real estate product and you have to be consistent doing that. Because without consistency, you're creating a gap between action and results. Then after the promotion, clients will get to know you.
Yes.
Sense of identity. You are creating identity in the mind of people because they will know you based on what you're promoting. And that's the second journey in the sales funnel. Then once they know you, the next thing is to start building emotion around you. You get to like you. Likeness is based on emotion.
Yes.
I can choose to like someone or otherwise. So they start to build emotion towards liking you. The moment they like you, they are trusting you. Trust is actually the last stage. If I can trust you, then I'll be able to part my money with you in the name of investment. So if you're a real estate agent watching me right now, please give priority to knowledge and don't keep that knowledge to yourself. Make use of it in promoting of real estate products so that the client will know you, they will like you, and then trust you. Massive sales ahead if you can do all that. That's for real estate agent. As for clients, my golden advice to you is to lower your expectation. Let your expectation be in line with your income and your budget. There are so many people whose expectation is to have a landed property with good title like CEO with a prime location for 1 million. You are expecting too much.
Yes.
And that's why I advise you, set your budget, know your preferred location, and have knowledge of the kind of amount of money that will deliver you the products or the real estate products in your preferred location. So make sure your expectation aligns with your income. Don't expect too much while you are giving less. It will stress you out. So that's my golden advice to you. And engage in due diligence. Yes, it is very important. So many people have, or should I, so many investors have had their hands burnt in the past. You wouldn't want to go through that any longer. This is 2025. There are better ways you can go about due diligence. And that's where dealing with one particular real estate agent that you have successfully built relationship with comes in. The moment you are dealing with, he knows what to do. I don't say because I know the company I want to deal with them directly. See, where you are not present, communication alone from the distance may not be able to deliver you what you want. Because there will be that time when you will need Dr. Kazeem to go and see AY in the office to negotiate a better deal. There will be that time.
Yes.
When you need Dr. Kazeem and T to send his representative for application to pick up documents and so work with a reputable and a realtor, you have built quality relationship. So that's my golden advice to you as clients. Don't take it for granted, you.
You can see that this particular session is just knowledgeable. It has been fully packed with knowledge, and we're so grateful for Dr. Kazeem for coming on this show. We have now come to the end of this show. Don't forget, AyHomes Luxury Villa, the price will increase. Oh, the price will increase for January 31st. Oh, no talks I not tell you. For any inquiries or anything, contact the mobile number on your screen. Dr. Kazim, thank you very much. We really appreciate you. See you next time on this show.